If your credit score is low right now, you are silently losing money every single day without even realizing it. Every time you apply for a loan and get rejected, every time you pay a higher interest rate than others, every time you get denied for a credit card, it is your credit score working against you. Most people ignore this number, but in reality, this three-digit number controls a big part of your financial life. Now here's the interesting part. Building your credit score is not about being rich. It is about being consistent and disciplined. And the best part? You don't need years to fix it. If you follow the right steps, you can start seeing improvements in just a few weeks, and in some cases, even within 30 days. Let's start with the most important factor that makes up a huge portion of your credit score, your payment history. Around 35% of your score depends on whether you pay your bills on time or not. Think about it like this. Imagine you lend money to a friend. If that friend always pays you back on time, you will trust them more. But if they delay or ignore payments, your trust will break. Credit agencies work in the exact same way. One late payment can drop your score significantly, and rebuilding that trust takes time. That's why the first rule is simple but powerful. Never miss a payment. Set up automatic payments if possible, and always pay at least the minimum due before the deadline. Because in the world of credit, excuses don't matter, only consistency does. Now let's talk about something that many beginners completely misunderstand: credit utilization. This simply means how much of your available credit you are using. If your total credit limit is $1,000 and you are using $800, that means you are using 80% of your limit, which is considered risky behavior. Lenders see this as a sign that you might be dependent on credit, and that reduces your score. The smart strategy is to always keep your usage below 30%. Even better, try to keep it under 10% if possible. For example, if your limit is $1,000, try to use only $100 to $300 and pay it off on time. This shows that you are responsible and in control of your finances. Another powerful concept that many people ignore is this: you need to use credit to build credit. A lot of people think that avoiding credit cards completely will keep them safe, but that is not true. If you don't use credit, you don't create any history. And without history, there is nothing to improve. It's like trying to get fit without ever going to the gym. The key is not to avoid credit, but to use it wisely. Use your credit card for small expenses like groceries or subscriptions, and then pay the full balance every single month. This builds a strong and positive credit history over time. Now here comes a smart trick that can speed up your credit growth: becoming an authorized user. This means you get added to someone else's credit card account, preferably someone who has a long and clean credit history. When you are added as an authorized user, their positive history can reflect on your credit profile. This can give your score a quick boost, especially if you are just starting out. But remember, choose wisely. If the primary account holder has poor habits, it can hurt your score as well. At this point, many people make a common mistake. They apply for too many credit cards or loans in a short period of time. Every time you apply, a hard inquiry is made on your credit report, which can slightly reduce your score. One or two applications are fine, but too many applications make you look desperate for credit, and that is a red flag for lenders. So instead of applying everywhere, be strategic. Apply only when necessary, and focus on building a strong profile with what you already have. Here is something very important that you must understand deeply. Your credit score is not a measure of how rich you are, it is a measure of how responsible you are. You can be earning a lot of money and still have a poor credit score if you manage your finances badly. On the other hand, someone with a moderate income can have an excellent credit score just by being disciplined. This is why small habits matter so much. Paying on time, keeping balances low, and using credit wisely can completely transform your financial future. If you follow all these steps consistently, you will start seeing changes sooner than you expect. Your score may not jump overnight, but it will grow steadily. And once you cross certain levels like 700 or 750, you will unlock better opportunities, lower interest rates, higher credit limits, and easier approvals. That's when you realize how powerful a good credit score really is. So start today. Don't wait for the perfect time, because the perfect time is now. Fix your habits, stay consistent, and treat your credit score like an asset. Because once you understand this game, you are no longer just earning money. You are